Hey, what's going on, crypto people? It is your boy, the Crypto Siege, with another day in the life and the crazy life that is cryptocurrency. Guys, what's going on? How are you? Happy Friday. I wasn't going to do this video this morning, decided, because I didn't know if I really had much to talk about, but decided I would go ahead and do one anyway. Just kind of thinking about a couple of things. Number one, I listened to Jungle Inc. this morning for a few minutes, and he was talking about how, I guess, how we had forgotten that, with XRP and XRP Ledger, you can send, different currencies, different currencies on XRP Ledger and make it quicker, faster, cheaper. And I watched a little bit of a video with Chris Lawson showing it, and it's so funny. We've been so far along in this journey with XRP and the Ripple, the company Ripple, that we forget all the genius that's kind of involved in what they've done. So yeah, I was watching this video with Chris Lawson, and he was sending Bitcoin using XRP. First he sent XRP, then he sent Bitcoin. And obviously you can definitely do it. You got to have a wallet, I guess, maybe like a GateHub wallet, something like that. If you want to learn how to do it, you can go to Hodar's blog, and kind of check that out to do it. But we kind of forget that can be done. It's any currency, and it's and it's any asset really. So it's just not digital assets, it's regular fiat money as well. And it's not just regular fiat money as well, it's precious metals. It's anything of value that can be exchanged, because it serves as this bridge currency. But when we think about CODIUS, we think about the smart contracts, we think about Cobalt, which I believe is supposed to make it scalable, faster and scalable. When we think about what's going on with Coil, like the things that Ripple, the company, and the use cases that they're putting out with XRP is absolutely 100% massive. And so we hear about MoneyTap, and when we think about it, MoneyTap, 60 banks apparently, so 80% of all the banks in Japan. And then you got Yoshitaka Kitao looking to do all things amazing with XRP. MoneyTap, and the fact that they've decided they are going to use, in fact, XRapid. And the banks, all the different banks in that consortium, 60 different banks, will use XRapid for remittances. It's going to happen. It's just really just a matter of time that it's going to happen. So what's going to happen is going to blow people's mind. I really 100% believe that it's going to blow everyone's mind when that switch gets kind of turned on. SBI is just kind of the first step, and they're probably taking things slow, taking the slow route, so they're doing it slowly. But it's going to happen. It's just like you can't turn around now, right? You can only move forward. And so it's just 100% exciting that is going to happen. But that MoneyTap thing is no joke. Like, that is going to be huge. Never mind all the banks in India that just kind of, it's funny, you get the news, and it just kind of goes away in passing. And sometimes if we're not careful, we can forget about all the partnerships, hundreds of banks, all the partnerships, everything that's going on with India and MoneyTap in Japan, and just kind of forget because we're so focused on the price that we forget about the fundamentals. And I would encourage you guys to, go to Ripple Insights and Ripple.com, go check out the XRP charts, learn more about the partnerships, remind yourself of the partnerships and with the banks and the small, medium enterprise businesses, and just remind yourself. I wish I could find, I'm probably going to do maybe a search on kind of Chris Larson videos and XRP, just kind of remind ourselves of what is really truly going on. The thing with the Fed and Fed system and the real-time gross settlements, it looks as though that is going to happen, but we don't know. But it really does look like it. You get Mnuchin, and you get Jerome Powell, and you get President Trump, and you get senators in hearings asking about faster payments and what's going on. Whereas that, again, for me, it spells out, they're just kind of wanting to let us know what's kind of going on. 42 billion XRP is out amongst us in circulation. Can the rest of it go to a single entity, whether it be the IMF or the Feds? It can. And then it can be argued that it's not centralized because 42 billion are out there amongst us, the little people, right? So, interesting thing. It looks like, again, so strategic. It's genius in motion, as I like to say. So you got the liquidity providers, these market makers, some of these people with a billion XRP, a choice few, whether it's Bittrex, right? A choice few. You get the SBI VC Trade Pro. Point of fact stating that they have a market maker there to provide liquidity on demand. The fact that they're doing these trades for free is great, absolutely awesome. I think it's only for Japan residents though, but that's absolutely awesome. Japan is in love with XRP, the digital asset. So, when I see these banks and where they're strategically placed, like the last one I believe was with Chile, you think about all the banks in India, the things that I believe they're doing with Brazil. They're just every little, I'm calling it POS, point of sale, if you will, so strategically placed that it just, to me, it looks like this major rollout. This whole flipping of the switch thing is a reality, which for me points to the Shane Ellis theory that's going to happen. And what the Feds are going to do is still unknown. I do know that Ripple was the company that was recommended to solve the issues. It was recommended to solve the issue. So when they did their study, Ripple was the company. And so that's huge in a lot of ways. I don't know. So many people keep thinking that that the individual investor of hodler of XRP is going to get screwed. And I think what the biggest challenge is when we get on YouTube or we get on Twitter, we think that we're this large population, like we're this massive group. When in reality, in comparison to even just the United States, we as XRP holders in terms of size is insignificant. And then you throw that out to the world. I thought I saw 0.01% of XRP holders throughout the world. I thought that's the number that I saw. But the fact of the matter is, it's insignificant. To the Fed, who might end up owning 20, 30, 40 billion, holding 20, 30, 40 billion XRP. What does our XRP matter? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. And here's the thing that I do know. If an entity like the IMF or the Feds end up holding XRP, they're not going to be settling for a 30-cent XRP. That is not going to happen. So the Fed holds it. They hook up, right? Because they're boys. They right. They got the CFTC on speed dial, right? CFTC got the Feds on speed dial. They hit a button and say, "What's going on here? What's the deal here? We need this thing at whatever, Let's talk utility. Where is it being used? How is it being used? What's the problem that we need to solve?" Right? These kind of things. And just like they've done with gold and just like they've done with oil, there will be a price set, a valuation determined. Just like what's going to happen with gold. I believe that 100% is going to be this kind of, dollar reset, if you will, with gold and the dollar. And gold is going to hit this certain kind of point, certain value, certain price, whatever that might be, 2,000, 3,000. Peter Schiff believes 5,000. But in any case, whatever they do with gold and whatever they might do in this reset, there's going to be a need for a bridge currency. Period. There's going to be a need for that. And so when you think about the XRP ledger, just understand that's a ledger. It's an awesome ledger, but it's a single ledger. There will be tons of ledgers, and they will be on the IOP because the interledger protocol and its interoperability is massive. There isn't one out there that exists like it, that in all things is transparent, open source, and then you throw in KYC and the AML and the CFT and all that stuff, compliant. It's a home run. It's a home run. And I know a lot of people may sleep. The fact that they gifted that ILP to the W3C, a lot of people sleep on that protocol, but it's the internet. W3C, they own it, right? They own and operate and run it. We gifted that ILP to them for a reason. For a reason. As to not compete. As to not to seek to overthrow. To work in unison. That move was brilliant. 100% brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. From every kind of standpoint that you can think of. And so because that happened, and we still don't, let's not even forget about the Hyperledger and the Hyperledger Quilt, which I believe Ripple, the company, and another company put together. Right? All these things point to what's this company, this fintech company, and the software that they're providing, and what's its use case? And look, you better believe this political thing that's going to happen in 2020 is faster payments is going to be all over it. That narrative, that topic is going to be brought up again and again and again and again. Because everyone's kind of been, sleep at the wheel. Now they've all been awakened. Right? They've all been awakened. Okay. Oh, what? What? We can get payments in a day? Why are we waiting for a week when we can get it in a day? And then this Ripple just kind of partnered with NACHA, whatever that is some association, but it has to do with the ACH. So apparently the way these whole ACH things work in the banking system today is that if they're all the ACHs are accumulated throughout the day, and then at the end of the day, they process them. So it takes whatever. But what they're saying with this new partnership with Ripple, this alliance, this strategic partnership between Ripple and NACHA, is now they'll be able to speed that up and do 3 of them a day versus just 1 a day. And we already know, right? Again, this is part of getting our money to us sooner. That is going to be the mantra. That is going to be the calling card come 2020. Everybody is going to be saying, this is what I'm in favor of doing. Yeah, the one presidential candidate is a female, I believe, has already said that. That's going to be the thing. Because why? Because it's a real thing. We want it. Everybody wants it. We want it and everybody wants it. And here's the thing. Every single politician can get behind and mention the name Ripple, the company. Because they know that pretty much from day one, Ripple, the company, has been doing what is necessary to be compliant. No scams, no, trying to hide stuff, and no, right? All of that. They have been doing everything possible to be in the good graces of the FEC and the CFTC and whatever kind of alphabet you want to bring up. They've been doing it. And that is genius. That is genius, guys. But anyway, listen, so I just wanted to hop in here real quick. I'm about to head off and do my thing. But I wanted to point out, guys, don't forget about the digital asset that you hold. Go back to the fundamentals when you begin to get frustrated about the price. Know that we're blessed to be early adopters in this new asset class. That is the digital asset space. And if you hold digital assets, you are in the 1% of 1%. Trust me when I tell you that. So guys, never ever forget this. Old money, they don't want you to win. Old money doesn't want us to win. They would rather us remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. Right? They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating? Or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know. The battle for you has already been fought. And the victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye.